And welcome, guys. It's the 19th of August 2014. How long would it take you to spot a phony, a fraud? Well, here's how quick I can spot one.
I've been watching with some amusement comments made by a specific channel about the Higher Truth channel, actually making videos about the Higher Truth channel using our names. Now, we call people out, but we don't use their names because they know who they are. But Mr. MAVERICKStar Loaded has decided to take issue with our climate videos. Here you go, August 2nd. We had solar minimum, sunspots, and solar maximum radiation. There it is. You want proof? There, you got it, Mr. Maverick.
And there you are. At 37 seconds, I've stopped the clock. And I'm going to prove that this bloke is a fraud. First of all, he shows us this graph, and the date is 1880 to 2003. But what he does emphasise is the increase up until, let's say, the 1980s. But he doesn't tell you anything about the period from the 1980s to 2003, and it is visible for yourselves to see. It has stopped, and it will continue to decline as the sunspots decline. Now, I want to show you that same period of time. Remember, 1980s. I want to show you that same period of time on a sunspot chart. And here on sunspots, it starts at 1983, but you can see for the last 3 solar cycles the diminishing in numbers of sunspots. Why did, in fact, the Truth channel show this as evidence? It was because at first glance you're going to be looking at this incline, but you're not going to see the trend has stopped increasing up the graph. Otherwise, at this end, it would be off the graph. And for the reason I've just showed you, sunspot numbers ceasing at around 83 and shrinking each solar cycle after that point is why he never brought this part of the graph to your attention. You know, he has supplied more than this, and I'm just going to talk about the first 37 seconds of this man's video and just show you how many things he is inaccurately recorded. And let's face it, the Higher Truth channel has 20,000 people subscribing to it, and you would think that one thing they would want from this channel is what is in its name, the truth. But he doesn't. He's admitting the truth, and he's like a magician showing you this, you know, chart with this increased gradient at one part showing a trend, and then totally omitting that part. But that isn't all this guy has omitted. Let's go back a few seconds earlier to this part here. On the August the 2nd, 2014, he gets a reading of 10 sunspots, right, and states that the solar radiation is, to 4 significant figures, 1,361 watts per square metre. I can't, on the program I've got, I could do, but I don't want to waste too much time, more time with this person, right? But today he comes onto my channel, and I'll just show you the comment he left, right, where he refers to today on the 19th, or it may well have been on the 18th, there is, according to him, 6 sunspots visible on the disk. I think he's making it up, I really do, and I think he's making it up to say, right, that it is an all-time record low sunspot number count, whilst an all-time record high solar radiation in irradiance. But what I'm going to show you, right guys, is that this bloke is nothing but a fraud. Look at his solar radiation number. Remember, just in the first 4 numbers, right, because that's a point, there's no need to go that fine into it. He's measuring today's radiation at 1361, right? This starts at 1365, the data really on this, and look, it's obviously dropped. And this only goes up to 2005, so it had dropped recently. You know, and his sunspot numbers, he's making them up himself. He hasn't proved where these sunspot numbers are. I'd like to know what official entity is supplying him with the sunspot numbers. But guys, you can see the solar radiation is a lot less than what we've already discussed here. You know, I just can't believe it. You know, it's off the chart. It's somewhere, you know, at the bottom somewhere here. It's way off the chart. You know, and he states solar radiation or irradiance is increasing and sunspots are falling. Well, where's he getting the information from is what I want to know. In 37 seconds. I don't need to watch the rest of this guy's video or any other video, because I know what he's talking about is cuckoo land information. He's talking about sunspot numbers on my channel in the comment section about being 6 for the 19th of August. Well, you can see there are 68, 77 yesterday. And these sunspot numbers, because we have peaked in the solar cycle maximum, solar cycle 24, they're going to continue dropping. And all the data in all the other videos that I've provided states that that will be the case because of the current trend of the last 3 solar cycles. And like I tried to explain to this person, when the sunspot numbers drop, irradiance drops, and so does temperature. I think that's all that needs to be said. In 37 seconds of listening to the guy, I've proved him wrong about 4 or 5 times. There's no need to spend any more time with this person as far as I'm concerned. You know, when you're busted, you know, you've only got one other opportunity, and that is to apologise, because you're supposed to be telling people the truth, right? But you're misleading them. You're telling them that it's going to be global warming scenarios when, you know, someone, i.e. myself, has gone well out of my way to prove otherwise and show you otherwise, yet you still defend global warming. I'm not going to discuss another matter with this person because I think it's clear cut. They're a fraud, and that's all there is to say about it, and the proof and the facts speak for themselves. So, just to round this off, you fail to tell people what's taking place over the last 40 years with this so-called solid proof you present. And if we just go back a little bit to this, you make up your own sunspot numbers and you fail to see your own solar radiation is lower than the charts I've shown here. You're a fraud. You've been busted, mate. Wide open.